All right, Isaac was here when he was about 4.5 months of age. Went home for a couple of months. Came back in a week or two ago. A week ago, a little over a week ago, I think. I don't remember. And now he's starting his force fetching. Heel. This dog is super reactive. He's not very cute, so we're gonna have to work on that. I mean, he's sometimes he bites the trainer. Yeah, he's biting me. Yeah. I told the owners that when this dog is older, he's gonna be a pretty powerful animal, and because of his breed, he's not gonna be real intimidated by things and people. So that biting issue right now, it's kind of cute, but through the force fetching, it will come out a little bit more as a problem. And then I will deal with that a little bit more directly, but I'm not going to beat the crud out of him for doing it now or even later. I'll just teach him not to use his mouth that way. Heel. What? Watch out, man. You gotta watch out. Back up. Here. It's pretty scary out here. Heel. Hey, no being, we're not gonna do the cute part now. We can't do the cute part on video because this is work. This is work, buddy. We don't act cute when we're working. I did several days of hold work with him when he came back in. And now, yesterday I started him on the fetching, the ear pinch on fetch. He likes to go after things. He's not without desire to get things in his mouth. He's not a retriever per se. He's a killing dog. So it's not, the reason that we're force fetching the dog is so that we can get a retrieve back to hand. The owners want this dog. He's a showbred dog, really highly bred animal, probably going to be a champion in the next year or two from the breeding that they've talked about. At any rate, he does bird work. We shoot birds for him and he retrieves those back to hand. He started out being mouthy and kind of rat killing them, and now he retrieves them back to hand nicely. Sit. But we are going to force fetch a dog like this because we're training the dog. We're controlling 8 different directions: forwards, backwards, left, right, down, up, open your mouth, and shut your mouth. If we control the 8 directions, we also will get better control of his eyes and better control of the dog's actions and control his desire and fear. Hey, dude, I am just all jacked up here. I can't. Don't be biting that. Don't be biting that, because we're working on this. I gotta have my collar ahead here, because out there on my leash work, my emphasis is on the pinch collar, so it's ahead. And now my emphasis is on the strap, holding on to that. Okay, ready, fetch? Hey, he did it. He did it. That's day number 2, because day number 1 was like super duper good. He did drop it now. You had better watch it, dude. It's not even work when you're this good. It's not even work. No, look at me. Here. Ready? Fetch. 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 There you go. Good boy. Stay. All right. So I accomplished that by touching his ear with a really tiny ear pinch. Drop. And when he moved his head, I just checked him for for the wrong movement. And within a couple of times, he was, when I pinched his ear, he was going for the bumper. Right there, I'm holding it out in front of him as a signal to get this bumper. Okay, drop. And he's reading this picture and reaching out for the bumper. So my goal is to teach this dog how to fetch, but my emphasis right now on the training is to teach him how to respond to the ear pinch. So I have to create a situation where the tool is necessary. So if I tell this dog fetch, 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 stamp my leg because there's flies on me, fetch, 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 fetch. You are too cute. You are too cute. I can't even hardly work you because you're just like too darn perfect. Hey, drop. Oh, I like you. I like you. A lot of dogs just aren't this cute, so it's kind of hard to work dogs that are this cute. You gotta watch it. Sometimes they start biting trainers. They start biting you. So I'm trying to get this dog to bite this bumper. So if I stop him from biting me right now, I'm going to create a bigger obstacle than he can handle. Back up. Sit. Yes, that would be it. Where your butt is lower than your shoulders. Fetch. You know, when we're working with a dog that is this confident, the training is going to move at a much faster rate. If they lack self-confidence, the outcome of that is that they're fearful. And they start reading these pictures as trouble, and then they become defensive. And as a trainer, many times the trainer will then create another big obstacle, creating a little bit more fear, creating a little bit more resistance. And instead of being able to help this dog do something, they end up creating a giant obstacle. So my next step, pan over to the logs. My next step is to just go over and work the dog on the logs. So I'm going to work that way, Mark. So if you want to set up facing me, and we're going to stay on camera the whole time. I want to stay on camera because I don't want anybody to think that there's any kind of a problem. I would go all the way to your left, Mark, and that way you can see me, see the dog. Come here, baby. So he's never been worked here on this bumper. So what I'm looking for when I'm training the dog is to create resistance. I'm developing communication. I have to tell this dog to do something that he doesn't or can't do so that I can advance my training on the dog. No. So when I drop the bumper on the ground, on the logs, and I say fetch, 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 now we don't have communication. Communication has three components: no resistance, movement, and focus. So I dropped the bumper on the ground, I told him fetch, 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 and he doesn't respond. So now what tool am I going to use? How am I going to use it to complete this trick? Well, I'm going to use an ear pinch. And Because I'm not holding onto the bumper, we've changed the picture from that to this, and now my training has to fill in that gap. Hey, come here, baby. Let's train. Let's train dogs. Fetch. 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 Oh my gosh. He did it. He did it. It was a short retrieve though. It was like a super duper short fetch. Fetch. No. No. Teach, eliminate, motivate. I'm going to eliminate him going past that bumper. What that's going to cause in him is a thought that he shouldn't move forward. Fetch. 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 Okay, now I get to use the ear pinch. Fetch. Do it. Do it. Do it. Fetch. Fetch. Move. Move. Fetch. Move. No. Fetch. Move. Fetch. Move. Fetch. Move. 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 Fetch. Fetch. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I mean, a Labrador couldn't even do it that good. I mean, we don't even want to film a Labrador out here doing it because they can't do it that good, because this is work for an Airedale. He's not an airhead. He's not an airhead. He's an Airedale. He's pretty cute though for an Airedale. I mean, you don't. He's got a jacked up fur coat right now because they're brushing him out and making him look pretty. Hold. There you go. I like you. Okay.